my dog Azur. Our journey. A story about a dog called Azur and the village Sichari on the mountain Pentadactylos in the northern part of Cyprus. Once you are in Cyprus, if you look at Pentadactylos, you can see exactly where it is, because the Turks created a big Turkish flag with rocks and they painted it white and put lights around it to make it possible for everyone to see day and night. So, my village is under that flag. The next contemporary dance is showing the emotions of the people during the invasion and the feelings of the ones they lost their loved ones, their houses and their belongings. It was when the people of Cyprus heard for the first time the word refugees.
Cyprus, 1974. Living in our village, looking forward to our future. Cyprus, July 1974. those who wanted to get their way decided to push President Margaros away. 5 days later, the Turkish troops invaded the island. We picked up a few things and got lost in different directions. Our dreams have been left unfinished, our memories a bunch of nothing. Me and my family managed to make our way to London, where I made a life for myself, got married, had a daughter. But I'm always thinking about making a journey back to Cyprus, to see my village again. I'm sleeping there with my mind always there, thinking about the places that I will never see again. My village, my home, my street, my olive tree in the back garden, my dog, to taste the water from the old tap in the village square.
Your dog?
Yes, my dog, Azur.
Tell me about your dog.
Oh, it's a long story.
I have all the time in the world.
You sure you want to hear about it?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay then. When I was a young boy, I lived in a village called Sichari with my mother and father and 2 brothers, Andreas and Yorgos. Andreas used to pick on me all the time, but that's another story. I always begged my parents to give me a pet. And when I was 9, I was finally given one.
So you got your own dog?
Yeah! I was lying on my bed, dreaming about being an actor even then, when suddenly my mother burst into my room and said, "Panos, come and see what I got for you. Come downstairs," she exclaimed. I got out of the bed and slowly made my way down the crooked stairs. And as I got to the living room, I could hear heavy panting coming from the living room. And as I got close, I could see my brothers playing with a brown furry dog. My mother said, "You can name him, he's yours." And when he looked into my eyes, I said, "I'm going to call him Azur."
Azur?
Yes.
Why Azur?
That was a story I heard from school. It talked about how blue the Cyprus sky is, the bluest in the world. And I said, I'm going to name him after that story, because his eyes, that dog's eyes, were so blue. I took him everywhere with me. I tried to spend as much time with him as possible. We went for long walks. I took him fishing. I used to throw him the ball and he used to fetch it all the time. He never got tired. I got tired. And then I used to teach him tricks. He used to stand on his legs and sit like that when he wanted something to eat.
That's a very interesting story.
Yeah, I remember when I used to go to school, he used to look at me and his ears used to drop and say, "Hey, where are you going? Take me with you." And when I used to come back from school, he used to be so excited, he used to run up and down and jump on me and lick my face all over. My dog.
And what happened to him?
What happened to him? There was this man called Markos. He used to ride the motorbike every morning and every night. When Azur heard the noise all the time, he used to get scared. And when Markos used to see Azur, he used to get aggressive with him. And then one Sunday, when after we came home after a long walk, I could hear Markos coming down from the street. I tried to get Azur in the house and close the door. He sneaked out to bark at Markos. Woof! And Markos saw him and he went for him. He hit him and the dog went flying and he landed on the floor.
Oh my God! That's
Dead.
terrible!
I hated that man. For years I think about squishing him, but I was only 9. I couldn't do anything, and then I cried so much. I cried every night. Even now when I see a dog, I get upset. I cried so much I had no more tears left. I knew my dog 5 years. After 3 days, I decided I was going to bury him in the back garden.
So you buried him?
Yes. My mother said to me, "Don't bury him in the back garden, bury him in the field at the back." So I went looking for a shovel. And I went around and looked for a spot. And I picked a lovely spot where it was going to be my dog's last place to rest. And I started to dig and I dug the shovel in. The earth was so hard and it took me half an hour to make a hole big enough to fit Azur. I remember I took the blanket, his favourite blanket, and I wrapped him up gently. And I lifted him up slowly in his broken bones and I put him in the grave that I made for him, and my mother, God bless her, she helped me cover him up. She found 2 pieces of wood, my mother, and she put them together and she tied them with a piece of rope and she gave them to me, and I put it at the head of Azur's grave. I had known that dog for 5 years, but he was my best friend, and I knew nothing will ever be the same again.
It was like a funeral for a human being. I know how you feel. So, what happened after that? Have you ever been back there?
I decided to go back to Cyprus years later. Cyprus was still occupied with the Turkish troops. And I remember when I got to my village, I remembered my street, everything looked familiar. And when I stood on the rock where I used to play as a boy and looked down, I could see my house. And I could see my uncle's house and my friend Andrea's house and the church and the school, and the cafe, and the tap where I used to drink the water from was still there. Oh my God, everything looks so familiar.
I can see the picture.
As I got closer to my house, I realized there were people living in there. That really upset me. And suddenly a man came out of the house.
Sir, excuse me. Are you looking for something?
No. This house belonged to my parents. I just came to have a look.
Okay. No problem.
He let me have a look inside. And I was shocked to see that my house, my parents' house where I grew up, had become a wood factory. There were people chopping woods using machinery everywhere. I was heartbroken. I thanked the man for letting me in. And when I went outside and looked around, I saw the fence that my father built with his 2 hands. And I remember painting it with a green colour when I was a boy. And it was all broken and the paint had cracked. It made me sad to think that people here didn't look after things.
That's very sad.
I decided to make my way down to the field where Georgiou was buried. When I got there, I couldn't believe it. The field was a mess. There was boxes everywhere, cans, rubbish. And the grass had grown so high over the years it reached my knees, and I went looking for Azur's grave, but I couldn't find it, and I was getting more upset, and I was getting really mad, and suddenly I heard somebody say,
Sir, what are you looking for?
The man came out of his house, my house. Sorry, sir, but this land belonged to my parents before the war. I used to play here as a boy. I buried my dog here, and I'm sure it was there, but I can't seem to find it.
Sir, why are you worrying? Don't worry. Listen. Things will get better.
Thank you. I made my way back to England, and the only thing on my mind was those kind words that men said to me. Things will get better. I decided then I would go back and have a better look for the grave. In my mind, I remember all the bad and good things that happened to me in the old days. The pain and the sorrow that we went through, me and my friends and my family. The scars and the pain are getting bigger and bigger.
And now, what's happening?
Come again, my friends, you, the Turks, come again. We can work together.
I'm sure we can work together. We could open again the road to a better future so we could live in freedom and be able to have a better life, a better future for all of us. Give me your hand and join me. Come and shout with me. No more of this. You the ones who control the world. Leave us alone. We don't need your assistance. We know how to deal with ourselves. Come, my friends, throw away the bullets.
Have roses in your hands. Let's get together. We can start a new life.
It is up to us. Let's do it.
We did it before. We can do it again. Let's follow the road to the party. Our party, the party to freedom. To the journey of life.
Our journey is so long. We don't know where we belong. No one knows when, where to start or end.
Our journey is so long. We don't know where we belong. No one knows when, where to start or end. We have never asked to play, never come in this way. They put us in the game, and that's what we have to say. We have never asked to play, never come in this way. They put us in the game, and that's what we have to say.
We now must play what the others have to say. We must do what they say. What we feel, it is a shame.
We now must play what the others have to say. What we must do the same. What we feel, it is a shame.
But we don't want to do it, or we don't want to play. Play in or away any game. Play any game, anyway.
But we don't want to do it, or we don't want to play. Play in or away any game. Play any game, anyway.
Our life is our journey. Let's have it in our hand. Let's all walk together. Let's have joy on our land.
Our life is our journey. Let's have it in our hands. Let's all work together. Let's have joy on our land.
We did have very difficult days, but they are gone now.
I remember all the bad things along the way, but we had good days too.
Hello? I told you, it's my business what I'm doing. I'll go wherever I like and I'll do whatever I like. Don't tell me what to do. Andy is my friend and I respect him and his family. They're good people. Yes, Father, I know what your problem is. They have the same problem, but don't worry about me. I'll be all right. I'll see you soon. Bye. It's my father. We Turks, he says, we don't like the Greeks because we were born to learn that we are enemies. You know what I mean, don't you?
Yes, I do.
It's been like this for a very long time. Since I can remember my father, he used to say to me, don't trust the Greeks. But me, I went to school with Greeks in London and they were nice to me. Everybody was nice to me. My best friends were Greek.
The point is, what do you believe?
What do I believe? My father, who keeps saying to me that Greeks are not good people to have as friends, or myself, who finds out that they're actually really nice people, and I have Greek friends. My friend Andy, he's Greek.
Andy?
Yeah.
Who is Andy?
He's a really nice guy.
Oh, wow. So, what you are going to do?
What am I going to do? I hate that. Andy's my friend, and we'll be together forever. I'm sorry, do I talk too much?
No, please, don't feel sorry. I'd like to know more.
Oh, well, it's all a very long history, going back years ago. But then, in 1974, Turks invaded Cyprus, and since then, everything went wrong. The island split in two. People started to live separately. They were friends before that. My dad had Greek friends, and he told me all about their lives and all about the things they would do together. Now, everything's different. I don't want to know about them.
I can understand how you feel.
I have good Greek friends, and I like going out with them. I'm so fed up with all of these.
Oh, I heard these stories about the Greeks and the Turks so many times. But as far as I know, things are getting better.
Yes, I think so. Well, I hope so.
Yes, let's hope. We are ready to sing all the good and happy songs again.
Me, I managed to pass the border at the Green Line a few years ago. Managed to see all known places again. Past the old cathedral, which I miss so much. The church of Santa Sophia. In the half-occupied capital of Nicosia, the only occupied capital in Europe. I sat down and thought about the possibilities of all the people in Cyprus being able to live together again. Last night I had a dream. I dreamt that I passed through the most important places of my life. My village, which I love so much. Everywhere I went, everything was asking me, when am I going back? The rocks, the trees, the birds, everything was asking me, when are we going back?
Because they missed you.
Because we left suddenly without saying where we were going. Everywhere I went, everything was asking me, when are we returning? And suddenly, I woke up and started crying. I asked my God to do a favor for me. Please grant me this wish. Let me return and see my friends and neighbors again.
Turks and Greeks together again. To be able to feel happy again. To work together for a better future for all the people of my little mother Cyprus.
Like it was in the old days. I'm going to make another wish now. For all of us to throw away the bullets and have roses in our hands.
I believe we can do it.
We can throw away all the bad things and bring back the good ones. I wish I was a bird, so I could fly anywhere I want without asking anyone's permission. To fly up to the sky and see my village anytime I want to without asking anyone's permission.
To go from one place to the other and to do anything I like without to having answered anyone's questions.
To walk in my neighborhood, in my village, to sit where I want, to go and visit my home, where I was born, where I used to play as a boy, where the roots of my family are, and be able to tell everyone that I am back!
I am back!
Oh,
So, what happened when you returned to your village?
I remember I went back to my village, and when I stood on the hill where I used to play as a boy and looked down on the field, I was amazed. There was fresh cut grass, and the field was clean. All the rubbish had been taken away. I was confused for a while until I saw the same Turkish man coming out of his home, my home.
My friend, welcome back.
Thank you.
You know, the last time we met.
You tell me what happened here.
Yes,
When I came here last time it was a mess. Now it's all clear. What's going on?
as I was saying, the last time we met, I had you in my heart. You know, I couldn't stop thinking that you should get the chance to see your dog's grave again. So I asked some of my friends. I said, come help the good gentleman. They came.
Oh, wow.
They cleaned this up for you. And
Oh,
I think they did a pretty good job.
fantastic.
And now I hope, my friend, that you can find it.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It was easy for me to find Azur's grave. There was my mother's cross sticking out of the grass. Suddenly, memories came flashing back. When I looked down on the spot, so many memories.
Forgive us. Forgive me. I'm sorry. Like thieves in the night. Turks came, invaded your island. Sorry. You have to know that, just like you, human, flesh and blood, we're not bad people. We're not bad people. But you want to know what this was all about? Politics. It's all politics. That's what it is.
I became good friends with that man. And when I thought what he said, it made a lot of sense. If we work together, we can be happy. We can smile.
That's a very interesting story. So, tell me about your village.
Ah, my village. My village, Sichari, was on a mountain called Pentadactylos. When you're in Cyprus and you look up at Pentadactylos, which is on the northern part, which is occupied by the Turks, you can see my village. The Turks have created a big flag and they painted it white and they put white rocks round it and they put floodlights on it that you can see day and night wherever you are in Cyprus. My village is under that flag.
That's very sad. I know how you're feeling.
Oh God, please do this favor for me. Let me fulfill my dreams while I'm still young enough to have time to enjoy them.
Oh God, please, do this favor for me. I have lost my dreams on the way to the top. Now I feel more of a stranger than ever. All I am surrounded by is bitterness and loneliness. My life is losing its meaning.
Oh God, I am seeking and I am searching for just one one drop of courage. Because I need it. Need it to decide about my future.
They called me a foreigner the other day because they did not know my name.
And I feel so strange. So strange. In a stranger's land.
I would like to forget about that incident. I have a premonition to fulfill.
Yes! I want to leave the stranger's land behind.
I hate being called a foreigner. The foreigner's land is getting larger and harder to bear. And it's got a long way to go and no end.
And as for me, hate to be called a foreigner.
Yes, I want to leave the stranger's land behind.
Oh, God. Please do this favor for me. Let me fulfill my dreams.
Imagine that there is no heaven. Because you see, it's easy if you try. And you know, there will be no hell below us. Because above us, there is only sky. So, just imagine all of the people living for today. So just imagine that there are no countries. Because you know, it isn't hard to do. Because you see, there will be nothing to kill and nothing to die for. And no, there will be no religion too. So people, just imagine all of the people living life in peace. Because you may call me a dreamer. But I know that I am not the only one. But I do hope that yes, one day you will join us. And finally, the world as one. Yes. Now imagine this. No possessions. And for that I do wonder. I wonder if you can. Because you see, there will be no need for greed or hunger. This will be a brotherhood of man. So people, just imagine all of the people as they are sharing all of the world. Because I know that some of you may call me a dreamer, but deep down I know that I am not the only one. But one day I hope we shall all come together, hand in hand, and the world will be as one. My friends, my sisters, my brother, let's throw away the bullets. Let's take the roses in our hands. Join us on our party. The party to freedom.
Thank you.
Λοιπόν, εύχομαι, ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Εύχομαι να στείλαμε τα μηνύματα. I hope we sent all the messages that we wanted to send to everybody. I'm not going to say more, just if any one of you have any questions to ask me or ask the actors, you can always do. We're willing to answer your questions, if you have any. But I'm glad you are here anyway. I mean, I can see your faces, you're satisfied. Are you? Yes. Even when nobody was talking, you know, the feelings, I mean, the faces of the actors and the messages were still there because, you know something? I have good actors.
Yeah, you are amazing.
And I have to introduce, I'm going to introduce you to them. I start with Markos Xenophontos. Come here. You know, I know you are not, your language is the English language. You know, you're born here, but you love Cyprus and you love the Greek language, and you're still learning. How do you feel? I mean, I know you love this, and how do you feel now?
I left, I was born here, but I left here when I was 18. I spent 7 years in Cyprus. I studied in Cyprus. So I got very familiar with my roots, my Cypriot roots, and so in many ways, Cyprus is my home now, and it feels more my home than anywhere. So it's like, it's very, and the story itself is very dear to my soul, because my family also told me similar stories of their home, of their life, and how there was just harmony and friendship in the old days, and how things have just, you know, we see in society now, you know, division, and it's about, at the end of the day, you know, we are all one, we're human, you know, and so this story really connects with me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Markos. We call it, come here. We call it Peristera, no, Bezouni, Bezuna. Kyuvercin, you speak Turkish as well, yeah? Ah, great. How do you feel? I mean, you are always, you know, with me, and we've been working together for a long time. This is something different. It's not a comedy, drama. How do you feel now? You're, you know.
Αισθάνομαι πάρα πολύ συγκινημένη, γιατί είμαι και εγώ από τα κατεχόμενα, επαρχία Ναμοχώς του Επτακόμη. Ο πατέρας μου μιλούσε τουρκικά, τραγουδούσε, έγραφε. Είμαστε πολύ αγαπημένοι στο χωριό και αυτό που κάναμε σήμερα το έζησα.
Thank you.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Η Αυγή μας, Αυγή, she's a young actress. You study acting as well as you teaching, teaching special kids, yeah?
And autistic
children, yeah. So how do you feel? I mean, you want to become a well-known actress. I hear you talking about going to Hollywood. You want to go to Hollywood?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Christina, she worked with me before, but we were in a comedy before. This is a drama. And you are from Greece. You are from Greece. You know, I'm going to ask you a question, okay? Because usually I meet people from Greece, not from Cyprus, and I ask them a couple of questions about, do you know about the invasion in Cyprus, and do you know about the coup and all this kind of thing? How much do you know?
We didn't, actually.
You didn't?
I have many Cypriot friends, and they are sharing with me all these kinds of stories. First of all, I need to say some words in Turkish. I know. Merhaba, nasılsın?
You surprised me.
Yeah, and it was nice for me to be at this play because
you learn more about Cyprus.
I learned about the story, what happened, and then because me and Avgi, we were representing the Turkish side, it was a great opportunity to feel how Greek Cypriots feel and how the Turkish feel about it, because it's for all, it's a dramatic story.
This boy here, we've been together for... I'm not going to for more than 40 years anyway.
Yeah, something like that.
You were 11 when we met? Yes.
6.5.
Anyway, Mr. Panos Savvides,
yes.
I'm very happy you joined me for this play as well. I mean, we worked together before,
We've
but
done a few plays
this
together.
time you bring everything from inside, you bring it out, and you just, make everyone, just listen to you without any dropping anything down to make a noise.
It's something that we all feel anyway. I think we've all been similar through things. I haven't been really, because I was born in London at the end of the day.
Yeah.
My parents came in 1946 to London. But I always on holiday, I used to go to Cyprus every year. They used to send me off every year. So it's done right there. There you go. Panayiotis, you see? I learned from him. He was a refugee. He came over and
Kyriakos.
we did some time together working in my dad's factory. Yeah, going back a few years.
Anyway, how you feel? I mean, today you bring all your inside out and send all these messages to people.
It's the way it's written, so it helps me the way it's written, and I can understand losing your house, your home, your family.
Thank you, Panos. Thank you very much. Georgia. How you feel, Georgia? It's your first time working in a professional theatre in London, because you studied theatre.
Yeah.
You are from Cyprus, you came here, you study, and this is your first play. How you feel? I mean, you just managed to...
It's an emotional play for me, because I born in Cyprus, I grew up in Cyprus, and every day I was looking the flag and Pentadactylos mountain as well. But things change now, and because my family had friends in the other side as well, and I know that all we are people, the same culture, and it's all about politics. We don't...
Yeah, this is what...
Yeah.
They're politics,
It's all
unfortunately,
about
but we can
work together, we live together, we can do everything together.
Exactly. Thank you.